Welcome back to Headline Country from beautiful Columbia, South Carolina, home to the University of South Carolina and the Fighting Gamecocks. Also to the much anticipated tour spot for Darius Rucker's True Believers Tour. Now, Stacey McLeod has been holding down the fort back in Nashville and is ready to catch you up on some of the stories making country headlines this week.
Hey there, Stormy. Columbia looks like a lot of fun, but we've got lots going on here in Nashville, lots of news headlines, so let's go ahead and get to it. Blake Shelton was caught double fisting it this week, but are we really surprised? Though the Voice star is currently in LA taping his hit show, he did make time for a quick trip back to Nashville to get with friends and industry insiders to celebrate not one, but two singles off his CMA Album of the Year based on a true story.
Chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco, spit.
Boys Round Here is so Blake that you would think he wrote it, but these guys are actually the brains behind those catchy lines.
I think it rhymes really well and it's fun to sing.
Yeah, it was just a fun song. Craig Wiseman called it the hobo soup song. I said, what is that? He goes, hobo soup, whatever you got, you throw it in the pot.
I would be you, sun-kissed shining.
Mine Would Be You spent some time at #1 as well. Just like Boys Round Here, the writers of this hit knew that the romantic ballad would be a good fit for the country crooner.
When we got to the makeup sex line, that kind of solidified for me. We're going Blake hardcore.
This is Shelton's 10th consecutive #1. He has 15 in all. And get this, between all of the songwriters on stage, they've penned over 60 #1 songs. Well, just one night after Blake and his ACM co-host Luke Bryan hand out this year's awards in Las Vegas, some of country music's biggest stars will return to the stage to help honor another worthy group, the Troops, by filming a taped concert event. ACM presents an all-star salute to the Troops will feature performances by Merle Haggard, George Strait, Carrie Underwood, Florida Georgia Line, Lady Antebellum, and the band Perry, with more big names set to be announced soon. The 2-hour show, which will benefit ACM's Lifting Lives charity, will broadcast Tuesday, May 20th at 9 p.m. Eastern on CBS. That's a combo you don't see every day, an iconic rocker and a rising country star jamming out together. Motley Crue's Vince Neil and Justin Moore sang together in Nashville to give those attending Country Radio Seminar a little preview of what's to come when Big Machine Records releases a Motley Crue tribute album as they embark on their final tour as a band.
The new rock and roll is country, and it's the new country guys that are out there giving a big show and playing guitar like rock and roll. I'm excited to hear what they're going to do with it.
There is no exact release date, but the tribute is expected to come out sometime this summer. It includes all kinds of your favorite stars like Justin Moore, as well as Florida Georgia Line, Eli Young Band, Brantley Gilbert, Leanne Rimes, and more. Easton Corbin is out and about doing a little sightseeing, visiting famous clocks in cities near you.
Guys, we are in Baltimore promoting my new single Clockwork, and it is freezing out here.
Why? Well, because Clockwork is the name of his first single off his 3rd studio album.
I crash, I burn, you leave, I hurt like clockwork.
While on the trip, he also visited with fans and played at local radio stations. Easton is currently on the road as part of the band Perry's We Are Pioneers World Tour.
I crash, I burn, you leave, I hurt like clockwork.
Well, several voices you may recognize from the past are making a comeback in 2014 with brand new music. Among them is Chuck Wicks, who sings about falling in love on his new track, Us Again.
I know it can be better than we've ever been if we can be us again.
The tune, which is the lead single off his new album, will be released on his new label home, Blaster Records. And speaking of new, Jody Messina is also releasing a new album on a new label. March 18th is the day Messina will deliver Me on her very own Dreambound Records.
I'm just saying goodbye, one finger shy of the peace sign.
The project is all about the fans. They named it, picked the first single, Peace Sign, and some even helped fund it by donating to Jody's online Kickstarter campaign, which easily surpassed her $100,000 goal.
When I think about angels, I think about you.
On April 15th, look for a new project from platinum-selling star Jamie O'Neal. The singer's first album in 5 years, Eternal, is Jamie's take on a collection of classic country songs with one new addition, a song titled Wide Awake, which she wrote with her dad/manager, Jimmy Murphy.
For a moment, he's quiet and then he's snoring again.
We'll be right back.
When we come back, the talented musicians in the studio and on the road celebrate their own at the annual Musicians Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Welcome back to Headline Country. I'm Stormy Warren in Columbia, South Carolina. Once again, we head back to our studios in Nashville, where Stacy McLeod has some pretty big news for musicians.
Yep, that's right. We're talking about something pretty cool here. The recent Musicians Hall of Fame induction ceremony, where 12 new inductees, including Barbara Mandrell, Peter Frampton, and Roy Orbison, were celebrated for their musical achievements at the brand new Musicians Hall of Fame. The star-studded event, hosted by Charles Esten from the hit TV show Nashville, included special guest appearances by Neil Young, ZZ Top, and the Oak Ridge Boys, just to name a few.
Really celebrates the musician, and we're in Music City, so I love it that this awards ceremony epitomizes that. It's all about all kinds of music. You know, you see Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top here, you see Barbara Mandrell. I mean, what a great eclectic bunch of folks.
There's nobody that's not super special in terms of the history of music. Whether it's Peter Frampton, you know, Barbara Mandrell, even the people inducting. This is definitely tonight, the theme is legends inducting legends. I'm the only imposter in the whole room.
It was an emotional night in Nashville as 12 members of this year's class of inductees were honored for their noteworthy contributions during an amazing display of pure musical talent.
It's very hard to find the appropriate words to tell you what this means to me because of my profound passion and enormous love for musicians.
Barbara Mandrell, Velma, and Porky. That's 3 great women going in, and very well deserved.
It's something else. I mean, it's just great. And then, of course, Miss Barbara Mandrell, I've been a fan of hers for 100 years. Well, maybe not that long.
But the ladies weren't the only ones in the spotlight. From one of the all-time best guitar players around, Peter Frampton, to label owner Mike Curb, whose name you see all over Music City, talent and passion were 2 things the evening didn't lack.
I live in New York City, where I work, do the Late Show with David Letterman every night. I just love what I do. This is an amazing honor.
We're here to receive the 2014 Iconic Riff Award for the song Oh Pretty Woman that our dad, Roy Orbison, wrote and sang and played.
We take advantage of this amazing town, not only in the songwriters, but in the people that come together to play our songs, to come see those people being honored and to help honor them. It means, you know, everything. They get their moment in the spotlight, their moment to shine, and my God, they deserve it.
It really was a pretty awesome night. Well, that's it for us here in the studio.
And that's it for us here in Columbia, South Carolina. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next week, keep up with everything going on in country at headlinecountry.com, gactv.com, and on Twitter and Facebook as well. Take care, everybody.
You find something on the radio like I feel